you know why this doesn't work? Okay, so we're live there. And now somehow you gotta post the link on Facebook. I don't know where you gotta do that at. Do you know? Does that allow? No, it doesn't. That doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm live, but I can't post on Facebook. That's on StreamYard. It's on Facebook too. All right, so I think we're live. I don't know. Facebook changed their stuff, and I don't know that we're live anymore, so I don't know anymore. Let's see. You are live, it says. All right, you on Facebook. Let's see what happens. Okay, I guess we're live on Facebook. All right, so that's good. Okay, so hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page. We go live every Tuesday, every other Monday at 6 Central Standard Time. So we will be live, but next week we're actually taking a week off. I'm taking my daughter to college, so I won't be available. And I could give her a recording, but you know what? I just thought, you know what? It's no big deal. I like going live, and we're not gonna do it pre-recording. So, we talk about ATM issues, and then if you guys have any kind of questions, you can post it in the chat. This is some of the challenges I'm having, and let us know. I'm also going to post in the chat. We have a course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business, and so I'm going to do that in case you want to join our ATM group. We have a course that'll teach you. I'm going to put that in here. Put that in there. So that is our course in case you guys want to join our course. And then we have a private community also in the course. So we have the course. In the course, it teaches you everything you need to know about it being an ATM business. Also, it gives you contracts like location agreement contract, vault cash agreement contract, mobile agreement contract, and if you want to sell your ATM, service agreement contract. Along with you'll have access to me, and you'll have a private community that other ATM business owners, such as yourself, who are in there in case you want to bounce some ideas off, and you just want to ask the community. So there's all those things in there in our community. Wonderful community. I wish I had that when I was coming up. I just kind of had to learn as I go, and I made a lot of mistakes. But with our community, you don't have to make mistakes, and you can bounce a bunch of ideas off me if you have any questions and you want to know how to do things. All right. So today's topic is learn about software that can help you keep track of your ATM, stay connected to your ATM machines to monitor and fix quick issues quickly, and then plan for risk and problems. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Next week or next time, not in 2 weeks, but in a month, we're going to think about what could go wrong and how to prevent it. Look into different types of insurance, protect your ATM from big losses, and grow your ATM business. We just did a video today about how to scale your ATM business. So look forward to that in the next coming weeks of how to scale your ATM business. So, all right, we want to jump right into it. And learn what software you can keep track of your ATM. All right. So we are a Switch Commerce ISO and a DNS ISO. We both providers give you a ATM portal that lets you view your ATM in real time, anytime. So what we do is we also create reporting groups. So let's say you got 10 ATMs. We want to create a reporting group for, let's say, we're going to fill these ATMs on Tuesdays, and then next Thursday, we're going to fill in these ATMs. We create reporting groups for this. And then a lot of times what we'll do is we'll flip the route so we don't stay stay consistent. We want to alter our time. But what I do is, let's say, fill the ATMs, let's say these ATMs on Mondays, then maybe next time we do it on Tuesday. But we have the same group to allow us to get a close threshold of the ATMs. A lot of times we'll run 1 through 5 and then 5 through 1. We change the times, we change the date, but at least I keep the same group, and that way I know how much money to put in the ATM, and I can see the trends. The other thing that we do is we set a cash thresholds of $600, $800, $1,400. That way, when it gets to a certain threshold, it sends us a text message and or email that, hey, it's low. Also, we also put our ATMs on that'll call in 6 hours. This will give us a monitoring status, because if they're not calling in, say 8-10 hours, I know there's a communication error, and it's just not being used. We know there's communication errors. A lot of times we also catch errors because of that. Last week, I noticed an ATM didn't call in like 20 hours. Okay, called the store and said, hey, I noticed your ATM isn't called in, and we caught the error on a Wednesday. And they said, yes, our ATM is down. Ask them to unplug it, plug it back in. They did that. We went down there Thursday. Was about an hour away. We went there, see if there was another issue. Here in Illinois right now, we've been having a lot of storms. So what happens is sometimes power will fail and the customer's using the ATM. If they're using the ATM and there's the power fails, in other words, the store loses electricity, it'll send it into an error. Well, you have to hard reset that ATM. You have to actually go to the location, shut it down, clear the errors, and then boot it back up. It's the only way to clear this error. Well, because of the storms, we've had that more than a few times, because people are doing a transaction, they lose power. And when they lose power, this has a problem. And now because there's a problem, we have to go to a location. Sometimes it'll work if we ask them to unplug it and plug it back in. Most of the time it doesn't. So it's all right. We went down there to the location. We did that. However, guess what? The ATM didn't work. So we had to replace the keypad. The keypad was bad. I don't know, storm must have took it out or something. So we had to replace the keypad. Luckily, we had a keypad with us. We replaced it right there, and then we fired it back up at work. So that happens from time to time. I always, if you're out there in the field by yourself, try to get a spare dispenser. Try to carry a spare keypad with you, just in case this happens. It'll avoid you have to go back to the location. This will avoid you from doing that. So one of the things that try to do, set yourself up with a little parts bin, spare keypad. If you're lucky enough to have a spare dispenser, carry a spare dispenser with you. Carry a wireless, carry a card reader. Those are the things that most of the time will go if anything goes. Now, the ATM that we had in that location is about It's probably about 6 years old. So, keypad's going to go in over 5 years. Got me again. I'm tired. Um, so we can replace that. Not a big deal. We're lucky enough to have those spare parts, but you know what? We've learned that throughout the time. But it all started from me being proactive, noticing, hey, ATM hasn't called in. Now, if you don't set those thresholds, what will happen is, guess what will happen? That was Wednesday. Sure enough, Friday night, somebody will call and say, hey, ATM isn't working. Now, what does it do? It puts you out on Saturday. So you go down there, you don't go down on Friday night, you go down there Saturday, and guess what? You realize, oh, the ATM isn't working. Well, how long has it worked? Well, I didn't really notice. Well, it hasn't worked in 3 days. So now you go down there Saturday, you go down Friday, you can't fix it because you don't have a spare keypad. Maybe you go back to the office Saturday, maybe you do have a spare keypad. Or if you're not lucky to have a spare keypad, now it's Saturday. Now you got to order something on Monday. You're going to get it Tuesday. ATMs, you shot a whole week. So this is why you prepare. It all starts with the phone call. Hey, can you the ATM isn't working? Is something wrong? Yes, there is. So now you can address it Wednesday, Thursday. You could have went down there, up and running Thursday. You're good. You're good to go, and you're doing it on your time, not on. Oh my God, I'm working this weekend. Your wife's you're supposed to go with the kids. You're supposed to go to the baseball game or the softball game or something else. Maybe now we're starting football. Football's just starting out. So maybe you got football. Your kids are wrapping up with baseball. If you got boys, if you got girls, you got cheerleading. You maybe have volleyball. So it just depends on what it is. But you don't want to be caught running on a Saturday, running on a Sunday. Those are your times spent with your family. And it could all start from setting up the cash thresholds, setting up the ATM to call in if there's something, if it's something's wrong. That way, you notice that, hey, this is there's a problem, and we can fix this problem on your time, not somebody else's time. So that's like one of the main things you can do. And if you're working a 9-to-5 job, you can look at your phone. Hey, it hasn't called in. Maybe you call at lunchtime. Maybe you call in the morning before work. Maybe you call on your way home from work, and you say, hey, I noticed this is going on. Maybe you got to go over there. But this is the way you handle this, and be proactive. If you're reactive, it's not a good way to build a business. And reactive means that, guess what? I'm on somebody else's time, and I want to be on my time. So this is a surefire way to stay ahead of it through the software. So that's the best thing to do. All right. So what else? And so this goes back in this stay connected to your machines. What I would recommend you do is you look at your ATMs every morning. Has it called in? Did it call in? What's the issues? Now, some people, they shut the power off at night. So you'll learn that, oh, this, Sam's Bar and Grill, they shut the power off at night. So guess what? They're not it's no big deal. I'll look at it at lunchtime. Oh, it hasn't called in. Maybe I got an issue. Call Sam. Hey Sam, what's going on? Oh yeah, we got it right now. We have an ATM. We had a storm. We have at a store, and the whole wall is out. They don't have any electricity on that wall. We have to go have a conversation with the store owner. It's been about 3 weeks. Are they getting the wall fixed or are they not? Can we move it to another spot? If not, then we're going to take the ATM out, because this is crazy. I get it that there's stores, but it's an issue because I'm not making any money. We had the same kind of situation now with a wireless device. We have pockets where a cellular device doesn't work. We had a little country store. They didn't. We get. Especially it's in a tourism town. So the ATM works a lot. Then on weekends, the lady says, oh, it works all week, but the weekends come and it doesn't work. And I said, well, one of the reasons why it doesn't work is because we don't have good cell service here. And when there's a ton of people, they're stealing all that bandwidth. You're on basically one bar as it is. It's not working. I put in a device that switched between AT&T and Verizon to try to pick up. It didn't work. They do have internet in the store. I said, look, here's what we got to do. I want to hardwire the ATM in because we will eliminate this issue. And she said, well, we have problems with our internet here too. So, but we're going to switch providers. The new provider said that this would be an issue. And so we said, okay, fine. We waited till the new provider switched, and then we ran our lines, and then it worked out good. So we haven't had any issues in 4 months in the store, but we did see connectivity issues all the time. Asked them to unplug the ATM. We put a rebooter in there to reboot the ATM from time to time to see if that would solve the issues, but it never did. But it was a cell signal. Then what we did is we got them to uh, use the store's internet, and you know what? It works out fine. So it works great, but it's all come from monitoring your ATM and allowing you to see what's the issues are before they happen. I don't know how many times you know we're filling the ATM, and because I look at it all the time, I'm like, hey, we're in the city of Chicago. We're a few blocks away from this store. Let's go over there. We call the owner. They couldn't figure out what the issue was. Let's go over and see what the issue is because we're right there. Being proactive. A lot of times, maybe it's stuck bill. If it's a laundromat or a convenience store, sometimes the kids, they put pennies or toothpicks in the card reader. Again, we carry a spare card reader just so we can replace it. And this solves a lot of issues. So if you monitor your ATMs, this always solves a nice issue. One of the things this weekend, I looked at the ATM on Saturday. It's Saturday, and I noticed, you know what, this ATM is getting low. We fill it on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where we're going to build a route that week. It'll probably never make it there. I was about 15 minutes away Sunday morning. I said, you know what? I'm just going to bring extra money. I did my errand, and then I ran off and I filled the ATM, came back. But if you don't monitor it, you don't know, then the ATM runs out, and then that's no good. Then they're calling you at 7 o'clock at night. You don't want that. You know what? Do it on your time. Look at your cash thresholds. Monitor your ATMs. Look for connectivity issues. Look at ATMs not calling in. Look to see where your ATM is at as cash thresholds. Hey, it's Friday. Is it going to make the weekend? Is it not going to make the weekend? But that's all on being part of an ATM operator. Those are the things you're going to do. You're going to make sure that, hey, I got a busy weekend. Now we're coming up. Today's the 29th, first of the month. There's a lot of government money issued on first of the month. We get money on the first of the month. We get money on the 15th of the month. So those are your high traffic areas. You always want to make sure if you're going into a busy weekend, especially first of the month, make sure the ATM is stocked. Right now, I don't know what it's today's 29th, so 30th, 31st is a Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, the ATMs are going to be pretty busy because this is what happens at the end of the month. So we want to make sure that the ATM, there's plenty of money, and we're all stocked, ready to go for these high times. I know, again, for me, June, July, August, September, very busy in the ATM business. October, then November and December slows down. We do have a bunch of seasonal places. We do, I forgot, farmers markets. We got a couple of those, and we have obviously the fairs and festivals, but we also have golf courses. Once we get into, we have golf leagues, and the ATMs do real well until golf leagues is over. Usually about the third week of September, most of the golf leagues are done. They're wrapping up with their end of the season tournament, usually on a Saturday. And October, all the golf leagues are done. You're just talking casual play. Here in Illinois, what happens is you get sunsets usually at Labor Day at 7 o'clock. And by time the end of September is, it's sunset at 6 o'clock. So guys, right now, we're in July, August. You can get off work at 5 o'clock. You can play golf until 8:30. So guys can get off work and they can go play golf. They're going to take money out of the ATM. You get into September, you know what? That doesn't exist anymore. Guys, they get off work. They're not going to play golf anymore because they don't have enough time to play golf. So they're done. So the golf courses, they are done pretty much October 1st. Now they will stay open until Thanksgiving from here, depending on weather. But it's very, very slow. We get, the nice thing is we have a couple pumpkin patches that pick up where the golf course is kind of left off, and then come come Halloween, that's it. We're done. So we're done with all our fall festivals. We're done with the golf courses. We're done with most of the summer events. That's all. All we have is we have a Christmas tree farm that's open from Thanksgiving to the second week of Christmas, second week December. But that is all our stuff. But what you want to do is you want to look at, again, you want to stay connected to uh, fix any and all of your questions. All right. So now you want to plan for risk and problems. And the way you do that is, again, by monitoring. If you're monitoring your stuff, if you're looking at what it can do, how it can perform. Now, all the software also gives you cash forwarding, and of course cash forecasting, not cash forwarding, but cash forecasting. So it'll literally tell you how many days until empty: 10 days, 12 days, 3 days, 1 day. And you can figure out, okay, I got $1,500. It's saying I got 1 day. Maybe that's really two, but it'll give you those thresholds so you can look at your ATMs, view them, and then fill your ATMs accordingly. And again, this is real important when you're in an ATM business. Do everything on your schedule, not somebody else's. Hey, there's a service call, but nobody called it in. I see it's an issue, and you know what? You can get it by the end of the day. The best part is to go there, fix the ATM before anybody realized that there was an issue, and you stop in, you say, "Hey, your ATM is down," and the store says, "Oh, gee, I didn't even know it was down." Is that, yeah, it's been down. We issued a tech, or here I am, depending on if you're one man show or not. And you know what? That bodes good customer service. It gets you new locations. And then when you're in there, I shoot the breeze with the owner for a little while, or the store manager, and then ask them, "Hey, you got any friends that open up a location?" And then from there, you can, when my guy who was at the location replacing the card, not the card reader, but the keypad, he told me, "Hey, you know what? They opened up 2 more stores. Here's the addresses. Here's, you know what? Talk to them. They want ATMs." So because we did the service call, we're going to pick up 2 more locations, and it's all how you do it. Now, I know when I was talking to the store owner when we put the ATM in, he was telling me, young kids said, "Hey, there's a first store. We're going to look at getting some other stores." I talked to his dad when I was in there 6 months ago. I said, "Hey, what's going on?" He says, "Nah, we haven't got anything yet, but we're looking." Okay, now guess what? They found some. So this is all good stuff. And my guy was on top of it. You know what? The guys always talk to the owners. What are you doing? What's going on? They always ask, "Do you have any more stores?" It's nice to have a good team to do that, to look at new locate or to ask about new locations. So everything is going real well, but we have a great team, but we spend a lot of energy and effort to make sure that we have a good team. So, but if you're a one-man show or a one-person show, those are the things you want to ask. You want to make sure that you're asking the questions. All right. So I don't see any comments tonight. We're going to wrap it up. I got it posted in the chat if you guys are looking to get an ATM business. And I just want to say thank you guys very much. I'll see you not in 2 weeks, but 1 month from now. And we'll talk to you later. So thank you guys very much. And as Auntie Val would say, that's it. That's all, says the clock on the wall. Good night. And thank you guys very much.